All right, we're going to open up this Excel sheet that we've been working on where we've just kind of been working on formatting and the different cursors. I clicked on Viewfinder, went to my OneDrive, computers, and then I made sure that I opened up the one that I've been editing. All right, let's click on the Olympics sheet here. All right, so we need to add a title here to this information here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So we're gonna select row 1, over row 1. It gives us that thick black right arrow, so I'm gonna click that. Go to Insert, type Olympic. When you press Enter, you seal that, then it allows you to do some editing. So select A1 through D1, click Merge and Center, bold it, an empty column heading. So we need to cut and paste D3 through D8 and move it to D2 through D7. So select D3 through D8, hover your mouse into the outside to where you get the little hand. You're going to click and drag to D2, release. All right, now we can select A2 through D2. Let's choose bold, center. Now, some of this information, if we made it, if we made this the column as wide as it needed to be, like for a number of countries and stuff and number of athletes, our numbers aren't that big. So like these numbers are only 2 numbers. So we're going to wrap the text. And you're going to read this as number. We're going to, so these two that are that aren't wrapped, let's tell them to be middle aligned. That centers them vertically. And fill this a like USA color. I'm going to do blue. All right. So for our number of countries, we're going to center those. So select those and choose center. And it's still cutting off Lillehammer, Salt Lake City. So we don't want to wrap those. We just want to make C a little bit bigger. So that's when you're going to hover your mouse between C and D and double click. All right, almost done with our data table here. Select A1 through D7. Click your border button and choose all borders. All right, we are going to put the word averages here. So in cell A, now we want Excel to calculate the averages for us. So select B3 through B8. So we're going to select the numbers that we want to average and where we want the answer to go. So we're not wanting to sum those, so we're not going to choose auto sum. Choose the select the down arrow next to auto sum and click average. All right, you guys ready to see your friend Phil here in action? Okay, it's not going to really do us any good here with our locations, but we want to do the same thing for a number of athletes, but we want the formula to change and not say B3 through B8. We want to say D3 through D8. So we're going to fill the formula across. So there's the answer. Again, I pressed enter and that's selected there. Hover your mouse over B8. Get that fill handle in the lower right hand corner and drag it to D8. Now, this is what Excel will do if your formula is invalid. It's saying, hey, there is nothing in those cells, so you can't divide by 0. So you just hit delete there, but this is a legit number. So it does copy the formatting across. So let's center this. So we want it to give us a comma, just like it did there. So go ahead and click your comma style and decrease your decimal. We're going to create a simple chart of the location and the number of athletes in the Olympics. So since the data is right next to one another, it makes it pretty easy to select. So select C2 through D7. Unless someone tells you to chart the average or chart the total, don't. It really skews the look of your chart. Go to Insert, click 2D column, and just choose a simple 2D column here for number of athletes. Let's move this below our chart, our data table. And bring it in here just a little bit. Won't let me. Yeah. I'm going to kind of bring it in to F. Okay, so our title right now is number of athletes. Triple click, because there's already text there. Then I'm going to press enter and type the years, 1994 through 2010. Okay. Now, really, if our chart was going to be right below the data table there, I could probably just put number of athletes and be okay. You may not need to actually put a title if it's going to be right below that. But if your teacher asks you to, then make sure that you do. Or if people are just going to see the chart, make sure you have a chart title on there. Okay, we need to say that this is where the Olympic location is. So with our chart selected, then we get these two chart tabs. Go up here to Chart Design, click Add Chart Element. Click Axis Titles, Primary Horizontal, the PC. So then triple click. Then we want to do the same thing for the vertical title. So click Add Chart Element, Axis Titles, Primary Vertical. Since it's a chart of the Olympics, we want to put a the Olympic rings behind our chart. So let's click in the white space between the lines. So you can't fill a line with the picture. We can fill this space though. We want to get this little pop-up chart or pop-up thing over here. So I am going to two-finger click and choose Format Plot Area. Then I found my image. My screen recording kind of glitched. So I found my image here and then made Google a little bit smaller so that I could pull it onto my desktop. So I just clicked on it and drug it there. Or you can two-finger click, copy image. So either way, I'll show you how to do that either way. Okay, so when you copy something, it goes to what we call the clipboard. So if you two-finger clicked and chose copy, you could just go clipboard. If you pulled it onto your desktop, then you would go to Insert from File, go to your desktop, and find those Olympic rings there. Either way works. All right. Now it's still pretty easy to see our columns, but let's just jazz them up a little bit. Go to change colors. We could make it a darker blue or maybe a maroon. It's up to you, or maybe just black would work as well. But what we also want to do is we want to see how much these actually stand for. Click your Add Chart Element, go to Data Labels, choose Outside End. Okay. Again, now some of these might be kind of hard to read. And it's not like we can choose a color, like if we chose blue, that would be a mistake. Red, it would kind of be hard to read. So I'm going to click one of my data labels, then go to Fill here. This should change here to Fill, to Format Data Labels, Fill, Solid Fill. And let's choose the color white. Cool. Okay, for our next chart, we want to this time do the year and the number of countries. However, the computer's going to be a little confused because we are charting two sets of numbers. So I'm going to kind of go over this because what happens a lot of times is kids don't select certain information. And so it'll say like series 1, series 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to kind of show you how to remedy that. So let me just kind of show you what I was talking about first. So I'm going to select A2 through B7 and click Insert, Column, 2D column. See what I mean is it's charting the years as well. So I'm going to click that, and then it does, since it's saying, hey, you didn't give me any information to put down here, so I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sometimes kids will chart something and it says series 1 or series 2. So I'm going to show you how to fix all of that. All right, so first, we just want to select the number of countries. That's what we're essentially trying to chart. Go to Insert, Column Chart, 2D column. What I ended up doing here so that way you could actually see my chart is I just zoomed out a little bit down here on our zoom slider. So our chart right now says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down at the bottom. We want to make those years. Click on your chart, go to Select Data. Okay, so for our horizontal category axis, I'm just going to click that, and we're going to select A3 through A7. Click on that button to expand it, and when we do that, we should see it when we click OK. It should give us those years there. All right. So what you might sometimes do too is you'll do that, or you don't have a legend, so you would have to add your values, or you could just click here and reselect your information if you just left it out. All right, we're gonna put title, number of participating countries, and due to our axis, so our axis is by tens, we're gonna want to change our axis a little bit. So click here on your axis and go over here and click the chart button. It's our axis options. We're going to start it at 50. And our maximum will be 90, maybe 100. Our major unit, we want it to be by, yeah, 5s will work, and then our minor unit. So now, see how you can kind of see a little bit more of a difference? Or we could even change this to, what did it say? Let's try 90. And then you can kind of see a little bit different discrepancy. All right, now on your own, use the Add Chart element to add a title down, a horizontal title and a vertical title, and add data labels.